Hey there everyone, welcome back to another day on the channel, and today I've got a best of 3 for you from my PC over the weekend in New Jersey. Now I'm playing a friend Wally. This is going to go kind of fast, but I'm using a weird team as you can see here. I've got a Metagross and a Xerneas. Then I'm leading against a Dialga Salamence. So what you don't know is that this is actually a Choice Scarf Xerneas, which you should be able to tell from the speed tiers of everything that just went down, where my Xerneas' Fairy Aura went first and the Salamence's Intimidate went second. Now, going into this, I had a plan, but then I realized, wow, Dialga's actually kind of a problem. So here I thought, I think I just go for a Dazzling Gleam, and then I think maybe I like Thunder Punch or something with Metagross into the Salamence to try and maybe pick it up. I don't remember what I did. Okay, yeah, I did Dazzling Gleam, and then he switches in Bronzong, obviously, which is awesome. The Thunder Punch, I guess I doubled into that to cover the switch because I wasn't taking the Dialga seriously, which was a huge mistake, turns out, because that thing does a metric butt ton of damage to my Xerneas. So obviously I don't want to get taken out by like a Gyro Ball or something, so I'm kind of expecting a Gyro Ball Trick Room from the Dialga, so I go ahead and I Iron Head into it to try and get some damage and possibly flinch, which I do, which is sweet. And then I obviously switch into Jellicent to take a Gyro Ball or something weird. And now I'm still in a weird position because this Dialga is just an utter pain in the butt. So I just decided, you know what, Bronzong's not a huge threat to me. I'd rather just like either keep the Dialga on the field, chipping it, and then flinching it, or just getting some damage. He crits me with an Earth Power, which is terrible. I get the Will-O-Wisp off, and I find out, and I didn't know this, I thought I was faster with my Jellicent, but I didn't know, but that confirms it. Actually, as he goes for a Safeguard, so that Will-O-Wisp was just in time. Now here, I'm pretty sure I protect Metagross, and I do something else. Nope, sorry, I switch out Metagross and go into what, Seismitoad? No, Rayquaza. I guess I didn't bring Seismitoad this time. That's a shame, because Seismitoad's awesome. He switches out Bronzong into Kyogre, that's right, and this Dialga just goes ham on my entire team. You would not believe the coverage on this thing. He brings in Kyogre just so he can go for a Thunder, I'm pretty sure, with the Dialga. And at this point, I'm counting moves, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, this is definitely going to be an Assault Vest Dialga. And look at this is a calm Jellicent. Look at this. That's crazy. That's not even stab. It does so much damage. And literally at this point, I'm scalding Dialga. I'm just trying to get rid of this thing. This Dialga like one-handedly shuts my whole team down. It's kind of pathetic, actually. He switches out Kyogre, which I guess is because he didn't think he was in a good enough position to handle it. He sends in Salamence here. He gets an Intimidate on Rayquaza, which doesn't matter because it's mostly special. So I'm not really worried about that. And do I even leave it in? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right, I Surf. I forgot. This Rayquaza has Surf, so I wanted to heal up Jellicent a little bit. And I think I just go for a Scald. Or maybe I go for a Trick Room. I think I just go for a Scald. I think I doubled it into the Dialga, try and get rid of it. Yeah, and so I get a nice little Scald off in the Salamence, and a Burn would be sweet, but I couldn't get a Burn because of the Safeguard. So that Safeguard actually is proving very useful for him right now, because otherwise I could have like residual damage on the Salamence, which would be nice. Here, I'm pretty sure I think I protect Rayquaza and go for a Trick Room here. I think that's what I do, but I don't quite remember. Yeah, okay, so maybe this is kind of obvious, but he predicted that totally because he double edges my Jellicent. I could have predicted that and like Dragon Ascended his Salamence, but that's not what I did. I figured here that as long as I have Rayquaza with the Focus Sash and Xerneas, my Choice Scarf Xerneas, I can handle his team here because I can go ahead and just Dazzling Gleam and Dragon Ascent into the Kyogre, and you can't really stop it. If you protect Salamence, it's the same result. So Salamence goes down. I think here he would have to, I don't even know what he would have to do. No, because I have the Focus Sash with Rayquaza, so it doesn't matter. Because, I mean, this Dragon Ascent, this Rayquaza doesn't have any attack investment, I don't think. But doesn't really need it. Actually, no, he could have won if he had taken out Xerneas right there, because he didn't know that my Rayquaza's Dragon Ascents do next to nothing. It's kind of pathetic, actually. But it's really just there so that I can Mega Evolve and get those strong special attacks off. So the Kyogre protects. I read into this completely. This protect. He was going for a Trick Room with the Bronzong, so I just Dazzling Gleam, and then I go ahead with my Rayquaza with the airlock still up and go for a Flamethrower. And I'm pretty sure that the crit didn't matter there because the Flamethrower does a good amount to the Bronzong anyways. But now, because the Kyogre doesn't have Trick Room, I'm free to just Dazzling Gleam, which will do a good amount of damage because it's single target, and I can hit him with a Dragon Ascent to knock him out. And I take the first game of the best of 3, because I forgot to mention this PC in New Jersey, in I think Somerville, New Jersey, was best of 3 rounds, hosted by Liberty Garden, which is like the best PC organization ever. But yeah, so that was game 1, and then Mr. Walter Morales and I go into game 2, and you see, not only do I bring the Seismitoad this time, but he brings the Regigigas. And I didn't really have a good plan for that. First off, I didn't have a good plan for the Dialga. I figured he was going to bring it, but man, the Dialga just like tears through my team. So here immediately, my plan is, okay, I think I can double into the Regigigas and just get rid of it before it can like Thunder Wave, or like, I didn't realize it got Icy Wind, but I thought it's going to have some kind of support move. And I know it gets Wide Guard, so not only did I not want to Dazzling Gleam because it wouldn't do as much damage to Dialga or Regigigas, but I didn't want to just go for a Wide Guard and then have nothing happen. So here I don't even bring Metagross to this game. I just bring in Rayquaza and I Mega Evolve right away, and I double into this Regigigas. I'm going all in. And I'm thinking, okay, even without the attack investment, I should be able to take this thing out. I mean, it's a Mega Rayquaza. It's still pretty strong. So I go ahead and Dragon Ascent in there, and I just missed the KO. And I don't know if that was a good roll or a low roll. So I really don't know. But he has Citrus Berry, so this thing's sticking around for at least a little bit longer. And it's kind of a problem for me, because obviously, you know, Dialga goes ahead and gets the Dragon Pulse off, which is going to bring my Rayquaza down to Sash. And then Regigigas gets to do what it wants to do, which is not good for me, because that thing is super stupid bulky. And it goes for a Thunder Wave onto Xerneas, which is always a good time, because paralysis is like the worst thing ever in this game. And so this turn, I don't remember why I did this. I really don't. For some reason in my mind, I wasn't paying attention. For some reason I thought Dragon Ascent would do more damage than like a Flamethrower or something. But I think the Flamethrower was obvious, and I think I was, for some reason I thought maybe he would switch in Kyogre for Regigigas. I think that's why I did that. I think that's why I didn't go for a Flamethrower, because otherwise I should have just gone for a Flamethrower. But here the critical hit with the Icy Wind on Xerneas doesn't really matter. But I go ahead and pretty sure I just Moonblast again into Regigigas. 1, because I want to take it out, and 2, because he could always Wide Guard. And I certainly don't want that, because that would suck an awful lot. So right now, it's not looking good for me. Not looking good at all. But the thing is, I've got the Toad. I've got the Toad. And he doesn't know what the Toad does yet. He hasn't seen the Toad. So his Dialga goes for an Earth Power into Xerneas, just to pick it up and possibly catch something else on a switch-in. He didn't want to, like, drag him. I guess it was like a nice neutral move. But I have Earth Power on my Toad. And when I see that right there, that pretty much confirms to me that it was Assault Vest, because it took that Life Orb Earth Power way too well for my Toad. And he goes for a Skill Swap. I guess he wanted to prevent that happening, from it getting Earth Powered again. So now I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst. I can't even Earth Power this thing. How am I going to take it out? But now I can Earth Power the Bronzong, which is good, because I didn't have a way to touch it either. He crits me with Earth Power, which is awesome. I go ahead and Grass Knot. I think I doubled into it with Grass Knot Scald. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. Life Orb Recoil. Yeah, I doubled into it with a Scald, because I just know I got to get rid of this thing. As soon as I get rid of this thing, I'm in a much better position. And I needed the burn, and I must have been having a good morning, because it's the second time I burned him right before right before he put up safeguards. So Bronzong not guarding safely quite in time. And the Dialga goes down, thank goodness. So now, still not in a great position. He's got a Mega left and a Bronzong, and I have a Jellicent and a Seismitoad, which rightfully probably shouldn't be in VGC 2016, but I'm bringing them. So now we have Mega Salamence coming out here, and there's all kinds of skill swap shenanigan games that I'm worried about. So here, I think I protect the Toad, I do, and I'm pretty sure I'm going for a Trick Room here. And this is risky because he could read into this and just Trick Room with his Bronzong, and so like I would Trick Room first, and then he would Trick Room, and would reverse the Trick Room. But he goes for a skill swap instead to make it so that I can't hit him with water type attacks, which is, you know, it's interesting. I guess it's useful, but I don't know. I get my Trick Room up, so now here I'm thinking to myself, all right, this is kind of cool what I do here. I'm thinking, all right, the Salamence is gonna do a ton of damage with Hyper Voices either way. I could probably knock it out with a Hidden Power Ice. The Bronzong can't really do a whole lot, so I figure I thought maybe he'd try and reverse Trick Room here. So if he protects Salamence and reverses Trick Room, that's not great. But if he does that, I can get a lot of health back by scalding my own Seismitoad, and that's what I go for. And here I'm also worried about another skill swap, but I thought, you know what? He might skill swap his own Salamence, try and give it Water Absorb or something, but I just decided to keep scalding my Seismitoad because I really need the health back. And now here comes the moment of truth. Can the Hidden Power Ice on the Toad do the damage? It's going. It doesn't quite pick it up. So that's not good. So now we got all kinds of skill swap shenanigans. He's launching off Hyper Voices. Salamence is screaming. It's not a good time for everyone. And I'm just a little bit worried. He goes for Protect. I think to skill swap my Toad. At this point, I just think he was swapping so many skills, he forgot what had what, because that literally does nothing. Like, that just trades Water Absorb for Water Absorb. I think here I Scald into his Salamence, and then I Earth Power the Bronzong, because at this point I'm thinking to myself, I gotta be able to get rid of this thing at some point before it possibly gets levitated back. So now my Seismitoad has 7 HP left, and so things get a little crazy here. So I think, okay, he could skill swap his own Salamence. I was a little bit worried about that, to try and avoid getting hit with a water type attack. He does that, but I think if I do that, then I can just take out the Bronzong anyways. And if he skill swaps, then he no longer has Aerolate. And if he no longer has Aerolate and he doesn't have a coverage move like Flamethrower or Draco Meteor or something, he can't touch Jellicent. So now we have a 1v1, and this almost came down to timer, where you see his Hyper Voice doesn't affect Jellicent because it's no longer Flying type, it's Normal type. So he protects, and I pretty much predicted the Protect just because I figured he would try and stall for time. And I could have Trick Room there, but I didn't. I thought, oh, I'll just go for the Will-O-Wisp, whatever. Goes for a double. I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and woo, I miss it. So here I'm like, he's going to protect. I know he's going to protect. There's no reason for him not to. So I just go for the Trick Room just because whatever, you know. And the Trick Room, the Twisted Dimensions get set up. It's pretty cool. So now I think he has to go for another Protect. He doesn't get it. I go for another Will-O-Wisp. And thankfully I get it. So now at this point there's 4 minutes left on the clock, and he knows that he can't beat me. So I can't Scald him because he has Water Absorb, but he can't touch me because he doesn't have any moves, so he just forfeits. And that's the end of that. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And oh no, my video went away. Okay, I'll see you next time for round 2. Bye!